Velpic is the video e-learning platform in the cloud. Velpic enables anyone to create and distribute video-based training just with a browser. So if you're a company and you want to create training for your staff, you can use Velpic to create that training, schedule it to the right people at the right time, for them to be able to log on and do that training, and for you as management to know exactly who did what, where and when, all in one simple, gorgeous, easy to use browser-based application. Velpic Limited is an award-winning software as a service platform. We were awarded the most disruptive CIO/CTO at the recent 2015 Talent Unleashed Awards. At these awards, they were looking for the most disruptive technology that was going to change an industry. The global L&D marketplace is a $130 billion industry, and we were set and are ripe for disrupting that particular industry with our global first mover advantage software as a service LMS platform. That's a learning management system. Velpic makes the complex easy. Traditionally, if you wanted to create training for your staff, you'd have to use one tool to go off and create that particular training. You'd then need to export it out of that, import it into an LMS, schedule it out to the right people. Then you would need to export stuff and so on and so forth. It was quite a laborious, time-consuming, very expensive process. The average cost of an LMS prior to the SaaS space coming along was well and truly over $100,000 per annum. It's much simpler now with our simple, gorgeous, easy-to-use browser-based application. In the one system, you can go off and create your content, you can go off and schedule it to the right people at the right time, they can then log on and do that training, and then you can report on who did what, where and when in one gorgeous, simple-to-use, easy browser-based application for as little as $99 per month. So why use video to train people? Well, it's quite simple. Video reduces the time to train by up to 75% and increases the retention of the subject matter by as much as 60%. This is a win-win. It's taking less time, costing less money, and you're getting a better outcome. This is why people have decided to use video and why professional educators know that video is the most effective way to train people. So in conjunction with training through video, people want to be able to train in a mobile way these days. They don't want to be anchored to their desk and only be able to do that training at their desk. So the Velpic platform enables you to do training on the go. You can use a mobile device, an iPad, you can use a disparate computer somewhere in a different location and actually log on and do your video-based training at any time that suits you. And management will still always know exactly who did what, where and when. Velpic is a SaaS-based application. That means software as a service. That means us as the vendor does all the technical heavy lifting. Okay, you don't have to install any software, you don't have to set up any servers. We do all of that. We do all the regular maintenance of the application. All you do is turn your browser on and for a small monthly fee have access to the platform instant on. So with Velpic, you can literally turn on your browser and become the L&D expert at your organisation for as little as $99 a month. One of the most significant validations of Velpic as a company is the fact that it's got such a rich client base. We have many ASX listed 200 businesses using our platform on a daily basis. We've got companies such as AHG with 7,500 staff spread between Perth and New Zealand, using the system on a daily basis to be able to do compliance training for their financial people who are involved in car sales, for their mechanics to do safety training, for their administration people to do culture-based training. We have many different types of organisations. We even have software companies that use our platform to create and distribute training on how to use their software platform using our LMS. So to get started with Velpic, it's as simple as going to velpic.com and signing up for a free 30-day trial. You get full access to all the features of Velpic. You can go in there and try out all the different bits and pieces. And if you need any help, just jump onto the support desk at velpic.com. So my name is Russell Francis. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Velpic Limited. So Velpic actually stands for Video E-Learning Platform in the Cloud. So that's what we do. We allow anyone using our LMS to create and distribute gorgeous video-based training content. We've got 3 co-founders, myself, Pat and Glenn. All 3 of us are still the most significant shareholders in this business. We own a little bit between 7 and 8% each. Over the last year or 2, we've added to that team with Leanne Graham, who is one of the original people at Xero and was really responsible for growing Xero from quite a small SaaS-based business to 130,000 customers in 3 years. So 2014 for us was all about building the platform and getting that live. 2015 was about becoming a publicly listed company and raising $4 million worth of capital. And 2016 is all about customer acquisition for us. We've actually got a 3-pillar strategy. Our first pillar is enterprise sales. Our second pillar is partnership, selling through partners. And the third is inbound sales through lead generation and digital marketing. Like any SaaS business, there are 2 parts to our business really, and that is building a really compelling platform that attracts people and that they want to use, and then going and finding those people and getting them to come and use the platform. So we have a global first mover advantage in the global LMS marketplace. That's going to be a $10 billion valuation marketplace by the year 2020. It's growing 20% year on year.
CAPS is the largest privately Australian-owned air compressor and power generator business. We've had Velpic around 4 months. We've been using it on a fortnightly basis and then on for inductions, safety training, company communications. We've really implemented it for a lot of different parts of our business. Our team have smartphones, so they're able to access the Velpic Learn app on a daily basis. We've got guys doing their training after hours. I think people are really excited about it. The service and branch managers are able to log in, look to see who in their team's done what courses, and either change a schedule or cancel a schedule. But with VR, we could create quite a rich training process for everybody at the same time, and then have it online too, so when new people start, they can get access to that information as well. It's really exciting.
Video e-learning can improve the way organizations upskill employees and retain top talent. We're excited that Velpic's integrated software will soon be released to SMEs. Now they too can leverage powerful training technology like our enterprise customers do.
So today we announced the release of version 3. This is a momentous day in Velpic's short history. It's the biggest thing that's happened in the last 20 months since we initially launched the platform. Basically, this enables Velpic to be a global platform. It allows anyone, anywhere in the world to sign up and use our amazing system. Okay, so in announcements leading up to the launch of version 3, we talked about completing the puzzle and launching the 3 pillars that underlie the future growth of Velpic. And what I mean by that is that now we actually have all 3 pillars in place. We have the enterprise pillar, which is us going out there and selling to enterprise clients. We have partners who are selling to people on our behalf globally. And now we have the final piece in the puzzle, which is the SME, so that you can come inbound through some clever digital marketing and find out about Velpic, sign up for a free trial. And that's the real big differentiator. Now that we've got version 3 out there, we're covering all 3 bases so we can fire on all cylinders. And this is a really exciting time for Velpic as we move forward, because now we go to growing our business rather than building and working on our business. So what's new in version 3? Well, basically the core of Velpic is exactly the same. It's still our enterprise application that we've been known for and loved for over the last sort of 20 odd months. What we've been able to do is scale that down to make it appropriate for a SME customer. And in so doing, what we have done is wrap it around our enterprise product, the ability for SME customers to come in and use their credit card and pay for the system. Specifically, we've done things like launched a new website, which allows us to take a trial and take a credit card. So we've integrated in with payment gateways. We've put a new look and feel across the site to make it simpler and easier for people to use. We've streamlined some of the processes around the editor and so on. So it's quite an upgrade from where we were before, but it opens us up to a completely new marketplace. Yeah, so we were able to deliver version 3 almost 3 months earlier than I'd anticipated, and we've been able to do this basically because of our fantastic team. There's 2 parts to that. There's my developers, who are fantastic developers. They're really engendered into the whole process. They're very passionate about our platform, and of course they're all in-house developers. Remember, we own all the IP of Velpic. We develop it ourselves here in Australia. So we've got an amazing team that are extremely competent, and they're right here at our fingertips at head office that allow us to use them and get the best out of them. The second thing is obviously the leadership from Leanne Graham. We've really got to acknowledge her experience in this in the past. Not only when she was, growing Xero at exponential rates, but she's done that with several other SaaS businesses. So we're able to stand on the shoulders of a giant there and really take advantage of a lot of the lessons that she's learnt and put those into practice. So by having great development and great leadership, we've been able to expedite the entire development process to the point where we actually saved ourselves 3 months, and that's 3 months that we're out there selling our product to a global market earlier than we would have been before. So why are we looking at SMEs? Well, 95% of businesses globally are actually SME businesses. So those are the people that employ between 1 or 2 employees up to sort of 20, 30, 40, 50. That's a huge market for us to tap into. 95% of organisations globally. So in the USA alone, there are close to 30 million SME businesses, and the UK has 5 million, and of course in Australia we've got over 2 million. So if we do the math, if less than 1% of these businesses sign up to Velpic's smallest plan for only $50 per month, that would represent an income of over $200 million per year. This is backed up by the research from Markets and Markets, who've projected that the global spend on LMS products, learning management systems, will increase from $5 billion today to $10 billion by 2020. That's a 20% year-on-year growth. It's a big marketplace for us to launch a new and exciting and a disruptive technology into. So in conjunction with launching Velpic version 3, we're actually launching a whole new digital marketing strategy as well. And we've put together a team of digital marketing experts that are basically following 3 sorts levels of digital marketing. So there's SEO, which is search engine optimization, where people go off and Google search for us. There is SEM, which is paid advertising, and that's something that we're going to launch into much heavier than we have done in the past, now that we've got a global audience to attract. And the third is online content marketing. Okay, and that's where we create content out there which is authoritative. People understand that we know about LMSs, we talk about LMSs in the global online marketplace, and again, they then end up at Velpic through our knowledge of the global marketplace. So for 2016, now that we've launched version 3, it's really exciting time for us. It's all about customer acquisition. Okay, so we've put all of our platforms in place. We've put all our procedures in place. We've got the team here ready to go. We're on the front foot. So really 2016 is all about customer acquisition. And as we move into 2017, it's all about customer acquisition and global expansion.
This video was created using the Velpic platform.
A franchisor wants its best practices to be transferred across the world 24/7. In today's market, any franchise serious about growing their business are going to be using a system like Velpic to train and coach its people and to scale its operations up as fast as possible.
Fresh food franchise Habitual Fix uses Velpic to train new staff in 14 stores across New Zealand. Franchises can also achieve consistent standards across their franchise by using a structured, long-term training program. An example of an effective program delivered via Velpic is the sales program designed for niche living by sales trainer and business coach Lee Farnell.
I reckon we'll probably double productivity from a salesperson as a result of this training and as a result of having a structured workplace environment where they've got certain milestones, they've got to hit certain things along the way.
You made them go from 5 or 6 sales a month to 8, 9.
Trainers are empowered as well.
Velpic leverages my knowledge and my skills. I can be in 100 different places talking to 500 people all at once and still be in bed or even surfing. It's pretty good.
To give your franchise an unfair advantage, learn more about Velpic franchising.
Here at Velpic, the development team has been working hard to build a platform that empowers organisations through online education. Opening Velpic to the world is a huge milestone for us and is one that everyone in the product team is extremely proud and excited to be a part of.
In most organisations, workplace training can be very complex. Velpic can make the complex easy for you. Would you like to spend less time, effort and money on training management and still get everything done? Many busy managers would, especially those from highly regulated industries. With Velpic's exciting new approach to video e-learning and training management, you can reduce training time, increase learning retention and reduce training costs. Create unique content in the app or simply purchase from our extensive lesson marketplace. Easy. Just upload a CSV file and click a couple of boxes. Automate follow-up tasks and deliver training anywhere in the world. Easy. Capture interest with rich multimedia presentations and boost learning retention through quizzes and tests. Easy. Generate reports on specific training results, maintain version control and updates, and access training results from your smartphone, tablet or computer. Easy. Simplify your training management. Book a demonstration today. This video was created in Velpic. Thanks for watching it.
Welcome to Peak TV. I'm Niv Dagan, Executive Director of Peak Asset Management, and we've got the CEO and co-founder of Velpic, Russell Francis. Russell, thanks very much for having us.
Thanks, Niv. Thanks for having me.
Terrific. Russell, tell us a little bit about the Velpic story, what you actually do, and a bit more about the company more specifically.
Yeah, so Velpic is a video e-learning platform in the cloud. So basically what we do is we enable anyone to create video-based training content and then distribute that out to whoever they want. So if you're an organisation and you want to train people in your organisation, you become a client of Velpic and then you can create your content and then distribute that out to your staff. If you're an association, you've got members, you can create content for your association and distribute that out to your members and so on and so on. So basically we're an educational platform. We are not educators, but we provide the platform for people to be able to create and distribute beautiful, gorgeous video-based training.
Simple.
Yeah, very.
And Russell, tell us more about the competitive advantage. What distinguishes Velpic versus the other competitors in the marketplace?
So Velpic's an LMS, which is a learning management system, and that's quite a large marketplace. It's an over $4 billion marketplace globally at the moment, and it's growing at 20% year on year. as we move towards 2020, it'll be a $10 billion industry. So we live in that learning management space. It's obviously a big established market, and there's companies like SAS and Oracle and Microsoft, and all the traditional players are in there. What really differentiates us, and to the best of our knowledge, we're globally unique in the way that we've approached this problem of an LMS system, is to basically do everything in one really easy to use instant on application. By what I mean by instant on, it's browser based. You log on and immediately you can create your content. You can schedule that automatically to the right people at the right time. People can then watch that content and do the lessons in the system, and then you can report on who did what, where and when. And we've what we call closed the loop. We've built a single solution rather than having to get several technologies and mash them all together to be able to do that very easily, so that instant on, you can turn on your browser and become the L&D professional at your organisation with this very simple and easy to use tool.
And how do you actually make money? What's the monetisation strategy for Velpic?
Yeah, so we're a SaaS-based business, so that means that every month our clients pay us a fee to access the system, and we've got varying levels of that, whether you're a small business, large business, that sort of stuff. All of our clients to date are enterprise customers, and they pay a monthly fee, but they also pay a pay per view, which is we call it a PPV, and every time someone completes a lesson, they pay us a pay per view. And that way, it's a consumption-based model. So clients pay quite a small fee, rather than in the old days when you bought software, you pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to set it up, customize it, put it all in place. With our system, you literally pay a small monthly fee, which is not a capital expenditure, so usually you can get under the radar of most departmental budgets and those sorts of things, and get straight in and start using the system right away from day one.
Fantastic. And Russell, just recently you announced an investment update to the ASX. Tell us a little bit more about the growth in the lessons. I mean, you did mention that when Velpic was first established, you're talking about 200 or so lessons for the month. Now you're talking about 200 lessons per day. I mean, tell us a little about the growth and what your expected growth over the next, call it, 12 months.
Yeah, so basically, and that's really the beginning of what we're hoping is, as a SaaS-based business, is the beginning of that exponential curve. So, as you said, when we very first started, I was elated to do 200 lessons in 1 month when we first launched the platform. The other day, on Monday, we did 211 in 1 day. So you can see, and that's over a bit over a 12-month span. So you can see we're really starting to accelerate those lessons there. So 2016 for us is all about customer acquisition. That's our big play this year. We need to grow ourselves as a business. We need to maintain that first mover advantage. As a technology company, that's really your wealth is in being able to be the best product in that market. We are unique, we want to maintain that, we need to get lots of eyeballs using our product and growth. To do that, we're launching sort of a 3-pillar strategy. As I said earlier, we've already got an enterprise strategy where our salespeople go out, identify the best clients that Velpic could have, and brings them into the system and does a direct sale to them. What we're launching in this year is what we call the SME version, the small to medium enterprise or business, which is for smaller businesses where they're inbound. So through our clever digital marketing and things like that, we're going to attract clients in, as does like Xero and Atlassian and those types of billion-dollar businesses, attract clients in so they're inbound sales. The third pillar that we're building our sort of growth strategy around is through partnerships. And we announced late last year one partnership in the retail sector where we signed up one partner and he brought with him 1,000 SME clients. So you can see how you can get that exponential growth and the growth in clients really starting to accelerate when you start to look across all of those 3 pillars.
And when you're talking about revenues, for example, that one SME bringing 1,000 clients, what does it actually translate into revenues?
Yeah, so basically with a SaaS-based business, you need to be mindful of your revenues because, as I said, you don't pay millions of dollars up front for the software. Okay, so you have usually what's called an onboarding process, which is a free trial. People come in, they get used to the software, they get familiar with it. They will then put their content into it. That's the stickiness. Once you put your content in it and start creating your lessons, that means you're a Velpic customer. At some point, usually for us it's after 1 month, you'll then start paying your monthly fee. And then as you use the system more and more and you do more lessons, that's when you'll pay more and more fees. So it starts off slow, but we own those clients for a long period of time. And through the lifetime value of those clients, we have a very strong relationship with them, and that's where our revenues really start to ramp up. So this year is about getting lots of clients in there, and then that will flow through with lots of, with the revenue flowing through from that.
Great. So we've talked about the 3 pillars that you identified. Is there anything else you'd let the peak listeners in terms of why we should be buying Velpic right now? What's exciting? What's the main catalyst that's going to drive the stock price high over the next few months?
Yeah, so basically the big thing we're working on, as I quickly mentioned earlier, was the SME version. Now, basically we've brought in Leanne Graham, who is the global head of sales at Xero, a $2 billion business in the SME space. She is a global acknowledged expert in building SaaS-based businesses. So we brought her on, and she is now the chairperson of Velpic. We've been doing, we call it the Leanne Way. We've been putting in place Leanne's sort of methodologies, and that will start to roll out towards the middle of this year. So that's the thing I'm most excited about 2016, is really getting in those enterprise clients. They know we go out there and we win those already. It's those inbound clients that are going and come and find us. That's the exciting growth story.
Great. Russell, thanks very much for joining us here at Peak TV.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.